Hey everyone, how are you doing? I am so grateful to be able to share with you some more teachings about um, the chakras and how they connect to the laws of the universe. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Lady Jacqueline. I am a divine master teacher for the laws of the universe, directional energies, and divine timing. And I am going to be talking to you about our heart energy and how important, how extremely important it is um, for our growth, for our expansion, for our manifesting that we want to do within our life, um, and how we live our life, our connection to the divine. It is so very important. I did a video recently that talked about all of the chakras, but I was guided today to center in, center, into our center for happiness, for balance and happiness. Our center for balance and happiness. That's our heart space. Um, what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the messages that are on the chakra knowledge sheet. If you do not have this sheet yet, you can download it at my website. The link for it, my website is down below in the description of this video. And it is extremely helpful for understanding when you're in balance for that chakra and when that chakra is wobbly or blocked in some way. So your center for balance and happiness, it's connected to the energy for 369 divine timing in your Akashic stream of knowledge. Now, the Akashic stream of knowledge is the knowledge that's in the energy for 369 divine timing, which is your creation energy. That is, and that knowledge is sent to you with divine timing. It's not 369 hertz. It is 369 energy for divine timing, with divine timing. And it's the knowledge base within that energy is the Akashic stream of knowledge. That knowledge is knowledge for your other lives that your soul has experienced. It's knowledge that is given from the divine to help you along your journey, to guide you along your journey. It is also emotional support, encouragement, guidance that we need, whether we actively are having conversations with the divine or if we just feel those urges and nudges guiding us to find signs in other ways. That is through that energy. It's all through the energy. And that energy flows through our heart space, our center for balance and happiness. That is where the divine connection is coming from. So when we say you need to trust your heart, you need to look in, what does your heart say? What is your heart feeling? It's because that the divine energy is flowing into our bodies through that center for balance and happiness first. It is connected to our physical heart. our circulatory system, our veins, liver, skin, central nervous system, cerebellum, spinal cord, teeth, neck, shoulders, back, arms, hands, legs, and feet. So if you're feeling stuff in your legs, there's energy stuck. There's resistance in some way. Same with your arms. Energetically, where there's tension, where there's ailments, dis-ease, it relates to those that's energetic center in some way. Now, I will preface this by saying that a lot of the healing that we are going through right now, or when I created this video on March 10th, 2023, a lot of the healing that we've been going through has been stuff that was done against our own free choice. Stuff that we didn't know as a collective was even possible for happening. And so I want you to give yourself the grace to know that even though if you're feeling ailments or tension in your back or shoulders or neck or arms or legs or hands or feet or whatever part of your body, that you allow yourself to release that energy by grounding so that it can heal as it was divinely intended to heal. A balanced center for balance and happiness. So for our heart space, if that chakra is balanced, you will know unconditional love and compassion for yourself, and you'll be able to express that with others. Unconditional love and compassion, meaning no expectations, no, I will do this with the expectation that you will give back, back in return. No expectations. Unconditional love and compassion. A balanced center for balance and happiness is acceptance for balance no matter what. It is inner peace. It is true inner peace. It means that no matter what you are showing for your journey, in the light shining on what is no longer in balance for you, what's no longer balanced, what is out of balance, no matter what that light shines on you, you are willing and accepting to do whatever you are being guided to do to bring balance to your life once again in a way that is healthy. In a way that is healthy. It may be giving up a belief that you had about yourself. It may be giving up a pattern, a habit that you have been doing as a way to try and survive, as a way to try to cling on to what you thought you needed to cling on to, but you don't need to any longer because you are supported in divine ways. A balanced heart center, heart space center, your center for balance and happiness, has a happiness gauge to it. That's right. Happiness gauging happiness, being able to measure happiness is built into our heart space. And when joy is felt in abundant experiences, and balance is found in abundant experiences, or along the way towards abundance, you get to experience happiness. You get to experience joy. And you get to recognize that, which makes it easier to keep moving forward. When it's balanced, you know what you value and you know your values. You know your worth and what is worthy as abundance is experienced. Now, when I say abundance, I don't necessarily just mean about money. I mean all of the quality of life that abundance offers. It is the value and worthiness in a relationship. It is the value and worthiness in a career that you love and feel passionate about. It is the love and the value and worthiness in being and experiencing life that is fully aligned with who you want to be and what you desire to have for experience in this life. It is knowing your desires and knowing that you are supported by the divine. It is knowing your soul's desires for life experiences. Now, I'm going to say this. There's a difference. There's your desires, and then there's your soul's desires. At some point, those will combine. But sometimes they're very different. That doesn't mean they're necessarily wrong. But your soul has its own desires. It came to this earth. It came to this experience, this life experience. It came to this life experience for a reason. And it came to have different types of life experiences that it desired to have. And you get to look at those and go, yeah, I'd like to have those too. But you also get to choose your own spin on it. You also get to choose your own paths that you want to take. Knowing that your soul is going to keep moving you towards your soul's purpose. Because you were created for a purpose. And your purpose for this life includes those soul's life experiences that your soul desired to have. And so, in order for you to truly, truly feel fulfilled, it's probably a good idea to recognize what your soul's life experiences, what your soul chose for life experiences, and try and see how you can integrate them into your own personal desires. And if you are truly, truly desiring a deeper relationship with your soul, like any relationship, it won't be hard to figure out how to work with what your soul desires versus what you desire. Your center for balance and happiness regulates your sense of identity. It gives you this, it allows you to have the self-confidence you need for moving forward, and it boosts your self-esteem because, hey, you are actively creating balance in your heart space. And it's allowing you to create abundant experiences that are bringing happiness to your life. So heck yeah, your self-esteem is going to boost. Your self-esteem and your self-confidence are going to boost. Because you're doing things you're bringing that balance and happiness to your life that are of value and worthy. They're worthwhile and they're of value to your life. When you're balanced in this space, you desire to learn more and you're willing to forgive for abundant opportunities in growth and expansion. And I'm going to say this. You're willing to forgive so that you can experience abundant opportunities for growth and expansion. That's forgiving yourself and that's forgiving others, knowing that it's going to help you move forward. Now, what does it look like to have an unbalanced heart space? An unbalanced center for balance and happiness. It means that there's limiting beliefs for worthiness causing self-sabotaging situations. It means that people-pleasing patterns and abandonment reactions are prevalent. You'll find yourself pleasing others before actually and stopping yourself from doing something or desiring something because you out of fear of messing up that relationship somehow. Or fear of abandonment. An unbalanced heart space is easily influenced, being easily influenced and compromising your values and worth. It is knowing what is of value and knowing that you're worthy of receiving it, but then allowing other people to dissuade you from doing it. It's low self-esteem and slouching shoulders. It's like trying to hide yourself. You'll find people with an imbalanced center for balance and happiness have heart disease, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol levels, hypertension. They're lightheaded. They have teeth or gum problems, issues with their neck, back, shoulders, legs, feet, arms, hands. They have trouble letting go and forgiving, and they feel unsupported. Restless legs or constant moving around to avoid moving towards next value-added growth opportunity. In other words, you know something is of value, but yet you are avoiding it in some way by keeping busy. You put other priorities ahead of what is actually of value. Your leg issues your legs are wanting to move you towards what is of value. They're wanting you to find that value, to discover that value, to know what is of value. And your arms, if you have tired arms or a driven need to constantly do everything else except what is worthy for your life, your arms relate to worthiness of some sort. It's doing things for everyone else instead of what is worthwhile for you and what you can bring to the table for your community. There's nothing wrong with doing things for your community, but is it truly worthy of you doing? Meaning, is it truly aligned with your purpose and what you can bring? Because if you are truly doing what is worthy for your life, for your soul's purpose, it doesn't feel like work. It's not tiresome if you are doing it in alignment. in balance and happiness. You know, the divine energy is flowing through our heart, through the center for balance and happiness. And it knows naturally how to manifest. It knows how to manifest balance and happiness for our life. There's one thing missing. It already has the messages from our soul. The soul is already in that energy, using that energy. It already placed the messages into that divine energy flowing through our center for balance and happiness. But our own desires, the own desires for how we want to feel in our life, what experiences we desire to have for our life, and how that aligns with our soul's purpose is what needs to be connected. And for many of us, that has been skewed in some way up until this point. Because of the illusions that we have been living up until very recently. And depending on when you watch this, there may be illusions still happening, but it's getting healed. It will become very obvious when those illusions have been fully healed. The divine energies that are flowing through you, through that center for balance and happiness, are trying to tell you that there's no competition needed, that we are all here for a unique purpose and to uniquely work together in ways that help support one another, but also help one another grow and expand. To create legacies of love that we were meant to create. Not only for our own life, but to help others manifest what they desire in their life. There is no need to fight in order to move forward. There's no need to struggle in order to learn to do better. The divine energies flowing through you are here telling you that you are guided every step of the way. Every single moment you have a divine feminine guiding you, giving you the loving support that you need in order to do what you need to do and think through what you need to think through. Every single moment you have a divine masculine energy, divine masculine guide, master teacher, archangel, giving you the knowledge and the actions that you need in order to release what you need to release, feel what you need to feel into it, going deeper, so that you can explore what you need to explore in order to move through the energies, to manifest what you need to manifest or what you desire to manifest intentionally, and to help you create balance in your life. Every step of the way, whether you know it or not, there is divine support helping you. So it's an opportunity to choose to relax into your heart space and find your balance. Intentionally choose to create balance in your life and allow the blessings to flow into your life so that happiness can be felt. When we do this, we are igniting, initiating each law of the universe. And I will the divine energies that are flowing through us, the energy for the flowing through the center for balance and happiness. Energy for 369 divine timing in Akashic stream of knowledge. That includes the first 3 laws of the universe. That is the law of directional energy, the law of divine timing. Actually, it's the first 2 laws. So it naturally flows. At this point, it's coming anyway. It's filling up the heart space and it's there. Whether we know it or not, it's there, supporting us. The 3rd law is the law of free will. The law of free will choice. This is our own choice. Our own choice to desire balance and happiness for our life. To desire to see what's possible for ourselves, for our own journey. And when we make that choice, it initiates the law of polarity through the center for balance and happiness. It's as simple as that. That law of polarity gives us the choices, the pathways, the possible opportunities that are available for us, that line up with our heart's desires, that line up with our soul's chosen experiences. See how simple it is? We made a choice for balance and happiness, and all of a sudden, all of these opportunities are presented. All of these opportunities are presented. Now, after that, the flow of energy goes into our upper chakras, and I explained this in the video I did recently. I'll put the link to the video in the description below. But once it's done with the upper chakras, by the time you get back to your center for balance and happiness, you already know what's of value. And you have a clear picture as to what you want to manifest and the intentions you are specifically choosing to do in order to manifest that experience. That's exciting. It's clear. You've got a pathway. There's a roadmap. You've got it figured out. Now you get to balance those energies. You get to balance those energies that you intended to do. So those intentions, you intended to feel a certain way. You intended to believe something that was not what you believed before. You intended to do something that you have never necessarily done before. And there may be emotions coming up. There may be questions that you have. There may be spiritual guidance that that is needed in order to understand the growth and expansion your soul desires for you. There may be grounding that's needed in order to physically feel connected to what you are being asked to feel, to do in your physical journey. All of that, the energies will naturally flow through to help you find balance. Once again. And it may take you asking all the questions you need to ask to get understanding. It may take you feeling what you need to feel, acknowledging what you're feeling, first of all, and then releasing those emotions in order to know that you are worthy of moving forward. In order to release what you need to release, or shift into new perspectives, or allow yourself to let go of the old knowledge so that you can see and comprehend the new knowledge, it is knowing the value that this balance is bringing you. And doing it even though you may not see the worthiness yet. The value has to be bigger than what you are trying to find balance in. The nice thing is all the work that you've done in your upper chakras validated that value. And so as long as you know that and hold on to that, whatever you need to do to find balance, it becomes easier. Once you have determined what is needed for balance and you have a clear path moving forward, if you need to forgive yourself or forgive another, in order to untether yourself completely, you will be guided through every step of that process. There is no moving forward until you have that opportunity for healing. And this is a blessing. It is a blessing. Once you have made that choice, again, that free will choice to forgive, all of that healing naturally happens through our lower chakras. And the actions that we are to take and the abundance that it opens up for us happens through our lower chakras. And then back, once we explore the abundance and we start experiencing the abundance that all of this that we have done to find balance and to manifest intentionally, we'll start to connect happiness to abundance. And you know what that does to the brain? When we are connecting happiness to abundance, our brain goes, ooh, more of that, please. So the energy, the happiness energy starts flowing up. It hits our happiness gauge in our center for balance and happiness. And then all of a sudden, so that's the law of happiness, law number 13. Law number 14 is the law of inspired action. That's when our brain goes, ooh, I want more of that. What can we do to do more of that? And if you allow yourself to explore and do that in joy and passion and fulfillment, then life will get easier. It will feel more fulfilled. It will feel balanced, and you will be happy. There are a few different messages that came through as I was exploring this heart space. One was, we are being guided to see beyond the current moment that may be not necessarily aligned. When we're unbalanced, when we're feeling unbalanced, we want to see beyond the current moment, meaning that we don't want to necessarily like hone into that all that unbalance is, but we want to look at it from a different perspective. We still want to look at it, but from a different perspective. We want to look at it from a wider perspective, meaning is like, what can we do to bring balance to that situation? Because when we look at we look at it from like a narrow perspective, we're only seeing things from the way we always have seen them. And that's when you'll find yourself going, I have no control over that. Look at what they did. Look what's happened to there. This always happens. I can't do anything about it. But if you look at farther away from from a different perspective that's a little higher up, you might see, okay, well, you know what? That relationship isn't bringing me value anymore. I need to step away from it for a little bit, give myself some space from it for a little bit. And maybe that will bring more balance into my day. When I'm not drawn into that drama or whatever it might be. Or instead of reacting to a situation, allow yourself to step away and give yourself space so that you have balance in that moment, so that you can work through what you need to work through in your own triggers. When you're trying to figure out a path to take and you aren't sure what path to take, it's looking at things from a different perspective, as in like, okay, well, I have this choice and this choice and this choice. But if you look at it from a different perspective, you have to take other things into consideration. Based on the other things that you have going on in your life, the other projects that you desire to explore or create, what option, what opportunity aligns with those other passions, those other desires for your life? The other thing is in your center for balance and happiness, you want to listen to your heart's desires. You want to journal your heart's desires for life. And this is a couple questions is if there were no limitations, if you could do anything and be anything or experience anything, what would that be? What would that look like? What would that feel like how would you feel while you were having those experiences? Doesn't necessarily mean that those are going to be experiences that you will work towards in this moment. But it's understanding what's going to bring you, what feeling joy and happiness and fulfillment actually feels like to you, so that you know exactly how that energy feels within your center for balance and happiness. It is finding that vibrational energy within you and aligning it with what's to come. And it's also allowing, the third thing is allowing yourself to play in new experiences. Allowing yourself to explore and play and expand your experiences that you've never had before, or you thought you would want to do, and allowing yourself the opportunity to possibly manifest that as a new experience for your life, so that you can determine if it's something that you actually do want to enjoy. And then it's actually noticing when you are in experiences, when you are living in your life, living from day to day, moment to moment. It is noticing what brings you joy and where you find happiness, where you are experiencing happiness. And then allowing yourself to make those connections, so that you can have a clearer pathway as to what actually brings you happiness and joy, and what you desire, your desires for your life experiences. It allows you to ask the questions, what can I do to create more of those feelings of joy, happiness, and balance? What do I want life to feel like? What is next for potential opportunities? It allows you to get curious about those potential opportunities. How can I deepen my pleasures for life? How can I deepen my passions for life? And it's not necessarily getting the answers, because those two questions are huge. But allowing yourself to ask them, knowing that you are going to be supported to exploring what opportunities are available in order to vibrationally align with that curiosity, is key. You won't necessarily have all the steps for how, but allowing yourself to ask the question allows the divine timing for potential opportunities to be added to your Akashic stream of knowledge in your center for balance and happiness. You have a choice to reflect on your heart's desires. And when you do, will you choose to explore them, to manifest intentionally with them? Or will you choose to put them on a shelf or hide them away? I can tell you this, that if you choose to explore them, you are making the free will choice to manifest intentionally abundance and happiness in your life. You are choosing to create balance for your life. You are choosing to create happiness in your life. And you are choosing growth and expansion. You are choosing to create your legacy of love. I'm sending you all love and light. Take care, everyone. Much love.